Hi, my name is Kayla Begay, and I'm doing my discussion topic on the US citizens and the Cuban citizens reactions to when the United States first entered the war, basically both sides. And at first, United States citizens did not want them to get involved. They were kind of on edge and uneasy and wasn't sure. And this basically caused the government, the United States government, to create a propaganda to show that the war isn't as bad as they thought as it would be. Basically, they had a bunch of graphic designers create ads being like, hey, maybe we should get involved in this. And this created oh, maybe the war isn't so bad, or maybe we should get involved, kind of put that thought in their head. And they also had celebrities come in and be like, hey, maybe we should get involved too. And this also led to the government's censoring anything bad in cartoons, shows, the news that said anything negative or bad about the war, because they wanted the US citizens to be so on board with it and just follow what they wanted to do to get involved, because Spain basically destroyed some of the US citizens, the US's ships, and caused some innocent citizens to die in this ship attack thing. And they basically declared war on Spain. And in the US citizens' eyes, they're like, oh, hey, Cuba's fighting for the independence, let's help them. And this is when they wanted to get involved in the war between Cuba and Spain, the Philippines. And basically, Cuba was also kind of on edge with the US joining, because they didn't know if they would take the Cuban citizens' territories to be their own, to be their own US territory. And they're kind of really on edge, but they also seen what Spain did to the ships and was like, hey, maybe this could be an opportunity for us. And they did not know if they were enemies or they were going to be a good ally relationship. And basically, they had a lot of trust issues between both ways. But President of the United States basically tried to get as much trust within that relationship, and tried to build as much allyship, as much as he could, because he really wanted this to work and not fail both sides. The US citizens still did not trust it as much, but he basically tried to do as much as he could for his country to trust him. He had a lot of anti-racism and helped a lot in equality and stuff. This president, enough to have citizens be on his side and be like, hey, let's get patriotic and fight this war. And basically, he had a lot of convincing to do within both sides. Even in Cuba, Cuban inhabitants had to be convinced that this was not another attack from the US, because they were already dealing with Spain, and that the US actually wanted to help them. And in the end, the US did help them get their independence and did not declare Cuba as the US territory, and eventually they became their own little country. So yeah.